for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
The future of our team could be decided this week. A seismic move is about to go down that could put a World Series champ on our mound, but the price is steep. What I'm about to reveal will leave you stunned. To get the entire game plan, subscribe to the channel now and don't miss this exclusive analysis. This is your direct source for everything happening behind the scenes in the Bronx. And today, I'm cutting to the chase with some red-hot news, something that involves the future of our team, and a move that could shake the very foundation of our rotation. Let's talk about the real, and increasingly discussed in league corridors, possibility of bringing a big-time arm to Yankee Stadium. After that painful elimination in the American League Division Series against the Blue Jays, it became crystal clear that we need more firepower on the mound. We can't just rely on flashes of brilliance. What we saw, especially in Game 2, with Max Fried getting shelled and leaving with 7 earned runs on his tab in just over 3 innings, was a gut punch to every single one of us, the bleacher creatures. That 13-7 score in Toronto was the ultimate proof that to chase that 28th ring, investing in elite arms isn't a luxury, it's a dire necessity. That's precisely why the name Sandy Alcantara, the Marlins' Sandman, is echoing so loudly in New York. I've been hearing from reliable sources, and the analysis from big shots like Zachary Reimer at Bleacher Report only reinforces it, that the Yankees aren't just keeping an eye on him. They are seriously considering a trade proposal for the Dominican flamethrower, and the offer on the table is a blockbuster. We'd send outfielder Jason Dominguez and pitching prospect Carlos Lagrange to Miami in exchange for the former Cy Young Award winner. I know, trading the Martian sounds insane. Ever since he signed for over $5 million, we've been expecting him to be the future of the franchise. But we have to be realists and look at the cold, hard facts. No emotion involved. Dominguez's 2025 season wasn't what we hoped for, especially on defense. Sources inside the organization admit there's concern about his defensive performance in left field. The numbers don't lie. He posted a -9 outs above average and a -7 defensive runs saved. That puts him in the bottom 3% of all outfielders in the league. That's not something we can just sweep under the rug, especially when we have another talent like Spencer Jones knocking on the door, a player scouts believe is defensively superior. So the question Brian Cashman has to answer is this: is it worth sacrificing a promising offensive talent with a bright future, but with clear defensive flaws, for a pitcher who could be our number 2 ace, right alongside Garrett Cole when he's back at 100%? This is the move that could define our 2026 season. A deep dive into this potential trade reveals a calculated risk strategy from the Yankees front office. Bringing in Sandy Alcantara, a guy who already proved he was the best pitcher in the National League back in 2022, is a bet on his full recovery and his undeniable talent. Yeah, his 2025 season, coming back from surgery, wasn't spectacular overall, with a 5.36 ERA across 174 2/3 innings. But what gets my attention, and what our front office is certainly looking at, is how he finished the season. In his last 8 starts, his ERA was 2.68. That's ace-level stuff. That shows he not only recovered but found the dominance that made him famous. He's only 29 years old, and is under an extremely team-friendly contract through 2027. With salaries of $17.3 million for the next 2 years, and a $21 million club option for the final year. In a market where elite pitchers are fetching over $35 million a season, that contract is an absolute steal, and would give us the financial flexibility for other moves, like the crucial re-signing of Cody Bellinger, who, let's be honest, has become a cornerstone of our offense, and is definitely going to opt out of his current deal looking for a Brinks truck of cash. On the flip side, losing Jason Dominguez would be a bittersweet moment. The Martian was treated as the crown jewel for years, the untouchable kid in any trade talk. Seeing him go would be the end of an era of expectation. However, baseball is a business, and sometimes you gotta make the tough calls for the greater good, which is chasing that World Series title. His performance at the plate wasn't exactly eye-popping either, with a 257, 330, 386 line. Those aren't elite numbers, at least not yet. If the internal assessment is that Spencer Jones can deliver similar or better production with far superior defense, then the trade starts to make a whole lot of strategic sense. We'd be selling an asset that may have hit its peak trade value and doesn't perfectly fit our long-term needs, in exchange for an immediate, high-impact solution to our biggest weakness: a dominant and reliable starting pitcher for the postseason. With Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, and Sandy Alcantara, our rotation would, without a doubt, be the most feared in all of MLB, a true fortress for the evil empire. The trade for Sandy Alcantara, using Jason Dominguez as the centerpiece, is one of those high-risk, high-reward plays that define a front office. On one hand, we give up on a young talent once hailed as the team's future. On the other, we acquire a proven, Cy Young winning arm on a team-friendly deal to solidify our rotation and make us the undisputed title favorites. The disappointing postseason performance, especially from our starters, made it clear that we need an impactful change. Now, I want to hear from you, Bronx Bombers fans. Would you pull the trigger on this trade? Is the Martian worth giving up for an ace like Alcantara? Drop your comments below. To make sure you don't miss any updates and in-depth analysis like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, you get the news first, and with the depth you deserve.